Hello and welcome to my Yugioh channel. Today we're looking at two new cards which have been just announced from Power of the Elements, the latest booster pack. The first is icejade creation aegirocassis. It's a level 7 water attribute aqua tuner effect monster with 2000 attack and 2000 defense. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn and only one of those that turn. One as a quick effect if this card is in the hand or in the graveyard. You can target one icejade monster you control, equip this card to that monster you control. 2. The monster that this card is equipped to gains 400 attack and defense for each banished monster. And 3. If the card is treated as an equip, you can special summon this card. I like the design of this. It's very useful. It's a bit strange that it is a tuner monster, so I'm guessing potentially within this set we might get a synchro for the icejades as well. For the archetype, it definitely needs it. It needs some desperation support. The attack and defense are balanced, but for a level 7 it might be a bit useless. It's not in itself designed to be a beat stick. The quick effect simply lets you attach this as an equip card either from the hand or the graveyard. That's very useful because actually even if you happen to have this in your graveyard or you foolish burial this, you're able to do this without any restrictions to it. It can only be activated once per turn, but big deal. The fact that you can actually use this not as a once per duel effect is quite impressive. The second effect is where the lethal power kicks in. Each banished monster your equipped monster gains 400 attack and defense for, and this is both yours and your opponent's banished pile. So if you're running a macro style of deck and your opponent seems to have loads of cards macro cosmos that have been sent into the banished pile, you can easily get yours and your other monsters up to 4,000 plus attack points quite easily. Just think about having 10 cards between you and your opponents alongside their additional normal attack points. It's going to make all of your other monsters that are icejades beat sticks. The third effect, if this card is treated as an equip, you can special summon the card. It's useful if you want to go into your synchro summon rather than just the beat stick style of approach. And the second card is called branded Central Dogmatika. This is a continuous spell card. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. 1. If you special summon exactly one ritual monster with the effect of a spell card, you can look at either extra deck and send one monster from there to the graveyard. 2. If you special summon exactly one fusion monster with the effect of a spell card, you can target that monster until the end of the turn. That monster gains attack equal to its original attack, but it cannot attack except to attack position monsters your opponent controls. I have to say, personally, I do hate the Dogmatika archetype for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's an anti-extra deck style of deck, which just wipes out all of your opponent's extra deck monsters. I know they've kind of gone a bit overboard in that respect, in that you've got so many extra deck monsters, they're all running around and they can all negate everything, but no style of deck should be made into such anti-meta that it becomes meta in itself. The first effect of this, just to let you send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard, can be used because I think one of the fusion monsters has to have the name that requires a certain card, and so you're basically pitching one to help you summon into some of the stronger ones. It's fine. The secondary effect is the more lethal one. If your opponent has attack position monsters, you can actually be doing significant amounts of damage just by this effect, by doubling those monsters. Some of the fusion monsters are about 2,500 or plus. I think there's a couple that are in the 3,000s. So you're making your monster potentially about 6,000 attack points, and it can attack any of your opponent's attack position monsters, so you can defeat them within that turn. It can be a bit of a problem to counter, and the whole Dogmatika engine and the archetype itself, it's very difficult to get around. Overall, neither card I think is going to make that much difference, but I would say with the icejades, they do have quite weak support at the moment. This might be the game-breaking card, which actually puts a little bit more attention towards their way and gets more of the player base to focus on those cards. Overall, I'd love to hear what you guys think of these two cards in the comments down below, and make sure to check out this video up above where I'll be discussing some more cards from Power of the Elements.